Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
How you kids doing? Cappy from the New Northern Command. Hello, Claire. I'd like to start off by saying I'm a big fan and have been binge watching your content this past month after finding your content through Rich Cooper's channel. Oh yeah, good old Rich. Entrepreneurs in Cars. I've bought and finished The Curse of the High IQ, and I bought Bachelor Pad Economics. Anyways, to start off, I'm 23 and was wondering what am I to look for in a good woman, and if I should even consider marriage. I'm hoping to join the military soon, just need a tattoo waiver. My MOS will likely be within STEM, electrician-related field if it's available. I recently got into the red pill after having several girls use me for validation lace or for money and attention. I'm not that good looking, maybe 6 or 7, and you don't use paragraphs. You don't use paragraphs. But I have been told I have a very white dick, which might explain the sex part. Anyway, I have a girl now, which I vetted. My friends have too, because I feel my judgment might be flawed with sex and all. And she has some flaws, but I think she's a nice girl. She cooks and cleans and draws. Does she code? And she has a stutter like me, which I've grown fond of. However, she has some red flags. She believes in leftist ideology. Okay. All younger women believe in leftist ideology because young women, and young men are guilty of this though, not to the level, but young men are guilty, is because they are not independent thinkers. They're blank hard drives. Whatever they're told, they'll do. Buy this. Okay. Listen to this person. All right. Watch this show. All right. Vote for this woman because vagina. Okay.
It's the children, and I just love it. I think I'm just so independent. I'm more of a progressive, not a Democrat. I just feel.
So every young man your age has no choice but to date leftist women. You do not marry. You do not commit to a leftist woman because leftist women are antithetical to a stable, healthy relationship between a man and woman because she will put the state ahead of you. Maybe not consciously, oftentimes consciously, but maybe not consciously. But if you were to have kids and a woman votes Democrat or Socialist or Labor, whatever party you want, that means she values her politics, she values other people, she values the government, she values the state, she values what is nothing more than her religion more than she loves you or the kids. It is antithetical. You cannot, you can do that, but it is almost a guarantee you will go down a path of failure or at least not having as good as you could have it. Okay? So just so we know that, okay? It's fine to 23, every girl was a leftist, every girl. When it's time to grow up and work in the real world and ask yourself, geez, Western civilization fought against slavery and tyranny and dictatorships and serfdom starting from the Greeks on. Billions, probably hundreds of millions certainly, of people have died to free people from government, starting from freeing them from the church, then freeing them, well, technically freeing them from warlords and tribal chieftains, and then from kings, and then from dictators and theocracies to today where we have freedom. And if the girl's going to vote you back into the plantation or into war or whatever, because, well, we freed ourselves from the government. Now let's vote in the government. Not compatible with a free man. Not compatible with freedom, and definitely not compatible with family formation. So long term, it's like now you're changing your mind. She's a bigger girl, if you want to be a chubby chaser, and she's big now, how big she's going to be later, and she eventually wants marriage. I told her I don't believe in it, and she started crying, which I thought was strange. So too bad. No, that's good, man. That's a sign. Something wrong. She's already crying, all right? And if she wants to get married, well, then she better lose the weight, and she better, get rid of that. What's more important to her, love or politics? That's a very important question you got to pose to her. Does she love her leftist, socialist, feminist politics that she had spoon-fed to her? Or does she love humans more? That's a great conversation to have with her. I'm not saying get rid of her, but these are important questions. Do you love the government? Do you love politics? Or do you love people? But choose. Are the kids going to be dropped off at daycare so you could pursue a master's degree and go fuck yourself studies? Which one is it? But I really have a soft spot for this girl because stuttering as a child has caused me a lot of suffering. No. Just because you have something in common, Hitler and I have something in common. Brown eyes. Don't think I'm going to associate with the guy, Just because you have something in common doesn't make him a good person. And then not say she's a bad person, but she may not be the right fit. Okay? Don't let that blind you to the fact you got a standard fat chick who's a leftist, probably has student loans, probably doesn't have a real job. This is a very bad candidate for marriage. A date, fuck, screw, ride the moped. Okay? Look it up. But don't commit until this girl makes some changes. It's been a month going on 2, but I've spent every day with her and she's met my family and I'm about to meet her dad in 2 days. I've been hoping there's a way to train a woman into being a good wife or marriage material, as I know it's discouraged in the red pill. But Raul Tomasi is married, which shows, though it's hard, it isn't impossible. I don't want to be an incel. Additionally, pumping and dumping can be fun at times, but comes with a lot of risk, especially in the black community. Oh, are you black? I remember. Yeah, hang on. You sent me a pic. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're black. It doesn't really change anything. This is debate. There's debate. Rich Cooper and I disagree. Rich doesn't believe that you can train a woman. I don't necessarily you can train, but you do influence. No matter what, you're going to influence for the positive or the better. And simply having standards, especially when you start dating and choosing, dude, you can date anyone, okay? Date and fuck anybody. Commitment, that's a little bit different. And so the first thing you do is screen effectively and only commit to quality women, which is a long hunt. It's going to take a long time. But I think, where the gray area, where there be some overlap between myself and Rich and Rolla and all that, is that it's not like you have training sessions, although there's times. But you do influence the woman you date, because as you go and get older together, you have to have standards. People are going to change and evolve. Now, you could just let it happen randomly, which in my I'm still libertarian, but my very libertarian days, like, yeah, do whatever. No. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. Because if she's fat now, she's going to get fatter later. You're going to have to be on that. Hey, finances. Oh, do women love to piss away money? They just love to piss away. Do women save money? No. Would you like to retire, with an adequate IRA or 401k? They're not even on that. Well, I want shoes. I want a trinket. I want baubles. It's ingrained in their nature to just consume, and because that's how they survive. You got to be on that. You also got to say, where are we going? Are we going in the same direction? Do you have the same roughly life goals that I do? So you influence. Again, it's not today's lesson with Bob. His name's not Bob, but let's just say it's Bob. It's not like that. But I do believe you have to influence, because you also have no choice, and you can either have no influence, which is an influence, or you can influence for a positive way that you guys would grow together and improve as a couple. What I think where Rich and I maybe is taking a fat chick and making her thin. That's hard. Of course, my saying is, finding a fat chick and making her thin is easier than finding a hot chick and making her nice. That was my quote, thank you very much, from my radio days. It's going to be a hurdle either way. But that's starting. That's like, well, if I want to date, maybe I grab her and train. That is hard. You should find someone who stays in shape on their own. But yeah, the short version is there's no prepackaged deal. Like, oh, you're a really high quality woman. No, doesn't exist. Oh, okay, you came off the assembly line from dad didn't train you right, and now you're out of college, you got all these leftist Marxist beliefs, you got a worthless degree in student loan debt. We got some work to do. This is low. It's like iron ore just came out, there was no refinement. It's not like it's pure iron. It's even worse. They probably infused it with more crap, and I'm like, well, there's some iron in there somewhere. We're going to have to melt and go through a huge process to get this iron out. And that's what you're asking. Where we else? I'm faced with trying to rationalize out that I could not end up with anyone faced with trying to rationalize out that I could not end up with anyone, be okay in life, live. But when I get old, I'll be lonely without kids and a wife, maybe not as much as female, but still. Yeah, that's a factor you're going to have to face. A lot of guys, I said, there's a video I did, accept the fact you're not going to have to get married, or the increasing chances you'll never marry. That is true. Not just, I know we always point to the women, but both sexes, especially the millennials and younger, are becoming so pathetic that neither the men or the women are marriage material. There's no incentive on either of them to get married. I mean, I know we look at women like, well, you love your career and your debt and your government and your politics more than you love your children or a man, in theory. But the men aren't exactly coming to the table here. These incels, these stay-at-home, virgin, basement-dwelling, they're equally in debt, not hitting the gym. So you have to face that fact. You will, there's a chance, good one, better than average, I'd say, you'll never marry. And you will die alone. And to quote, everyone dies alone. So if you want this old school, traditional, nuclear family, June Award Cleaver type, well, it's a tall order. You may not get it, but chasing after a fat leftist is not the way to start. And you're already meeting the dad, and you've only been together 2 months. That's way too fast, man. Way too fast. You slow the fuck down. And you're going off to the military. And you gotta look out. If you're having sex with her, dude, listen to Tom Likas. She will fucking sperm jack you. There's a good chance of that. Because she's got a stutter and she's fat. Well, what do you think? How many guys have been throwing themselves at her? Is she going to lock you down with a kid? You better be wrapping it up, son. I'm faced with trying to... That I could get married, take the risk. If it works out, great. But if it doesn't, I'm taken to bank and fucked over anyway. Don't get... Watch the video with me and Rich Cooper and Terrence Pop. Okay, it's on the Older Brother channel on YouTube. Look up the old... I think it's the latest one, or one of the latest ones I've did. You watch that. And then you contemplate whether you want to rush down that aisle. And you're not. You're about to join the military. Dude, just wait. You're 23. Fucking wait. What should I look for in a wife, and how would I train a woman to be wife material? A lot of women growing up, especially in the black community, aren't going to have Republican or Libertarian values. I know. Well, do you have to date within the black? I mean, I guess if you're attracted to black women, you're attracted to black women. But, I mean, don't, a cute little Latina comes up to you and gives you the time of day. Don't necessarily poo-poo her away. Or going to have that I can be my own man mindset. And for context, my girlfriend is black and Korean, but more on the Korean side. If possible, if I did marry her, I'd wait years in the future and maybe negotiate a temporary marriage. Date for a couple of years. All right? You don't even bring up the M word. Knock it off. Stop being desperate. Okay? You're desperate. Oh my God, a vagina. Knock it off. Go into the military, lose some weight, lose a stutter. The drill instructor will beat it out. Unless it's the pansified pussy modern day drill instructors, because millennials can't throw a fucking grenade. I wouldn't even commit to this girl. Right? I'm going to the military, babe. I'll see you later. Bye. You could date whoever you want. I'm going to date whoever I want. It's not... Maybe when I come back and I'm more stable and based at home, fine. But you're not getting married. Just for the sake of her being on base with me, though that's risky. Yes, it is. Every idea you have right now, coming down here and from here, is stupid. You need to start using this. All right. So, if you are unaware, you want to know what makes for a quality wife. And we even created a test for this. People have the Clary Relationship Test request, where I came up with 19 traits that a girl must or must not have. Which one are the core? And no one scores a perfect score on this. B20. All right, the highlighted ones are the core. So here are the 19 traits of a high-quality woman. No other man's kids, never divorced, STEM or trade or some kind of legitimate degree or education. Non-mortgage debt, meaning they have no mortgage debt. They might have a mortgage, but that's an investment of sorts, so that's all right. The student loan debt, they should have no student loan debt or reasonable amounts of it. Like if they just graduated from college with a degree in chemical engineering, they have $30,000 in debt. That's acceptable. If they're 42 and they still have student loans, from 20 years ago for a degree in education. 86, that bitch. Gone. Out. Is the dad around? That's an important one, and the dad is around on this one, so that's a good one in your particular case. The lingerie test. Will she wear lingerie? Period. End of discussion. Or are they going to willingly? You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to ask. They just do it. Or do they find it degrading or use it as a Scooby snack to reward you? If it's the latter of the case, 86, gone. Does she have a job? This is pretty liberal. Like, you can have any job. You'd ideally not be a social worker or a professor or some Marxist dipshit. But, any kind of... She work. Period. Or is she Ocasio-Cortez? Never worked. Timeliness. Is she on time? That's important. No mental illness. Fake or real. If they claim to have a mental illness or they're faking, it doesn't matter. If they're on some kind of psychotropic drug, gone. Out. Not a leftist. No uber religious chicks, all right? There's nothing wrong with girls being religious. Sometimes they have some better qualities. But when they abuse the religion, that's the only thing they have, and they use it to lord it over you, to basically prove you're not as perfect as Christ or Allah or whoever, gone. No bodily mutilation, and by I mean that obscene tattoos, number of tattoos, obscure piercings, the ear gauge shit, the nose ring, fucked up hair. Has to believe if you are going to have children, somebody will stay at home and raise the children. No stupid fancy car or other forms of materialism. No drugs or alcoholism or other kind of problems like that. No cat or animal or dog rescue types. They can have a pet, but if it's like their children and they're like, oh my God, I rescue, like they got the little sticker and a little paw, animal rescue. Love animals more than humans. They're physically active, meaning they're not fat. And are they going to hyphenate their name? If they insist on hyphenating their name. The core. Again, no woman scores perfect on this. No woman scores perfect on the core either. The core 10 are kids, real degree, lingerie test, employment, no mental illness, not a leftist, no bodily mutilation, stays at home to raise the children, physically active, and no hyphenated name. Okay? So there's a literal formula for you to follow. I think the best scores we've ever gotten were like 16 or 17. That's the best. And even then, you're missing something else. Something's not right. Something's not. And she stabs people. Oh, we had a 20th qualification. Doesn't stab people. So that is what a quality, wife material. But based on my dating experiences, it's less than 1%. Less than 1 in 100 is worth committing to. And you have to date a lot of girls, a lot of them. Which is why this is the first piece of pussy you've had. And you're like, oh my God, I'm in love. Knock it the fuck off. Knock it the fuck off. You go brush up on Lycus. You go brush up on Cooper and Terrence Popp. You go watch that video that I've been putting together. How to train a woman to be wife material. It's not train, it's influence. The key thing is standards. And you're like, there's the door. That's the key. You have to be willing to use the nuclear option. There's the door. Otherwise, everything else has no teeth. Here are my standards. You will back up into this. You will have long hair. You will comport yourself in a feminine way. You will not vote Democrat. You will not vote social. You will not vote for the government over the people. You will love humans over politics. You will work a real job. If we have kids, you will raise the kids. Or if I make less money than you, you will work and support the family and I will raise the kids. We're not pissing away money. No, you're not buying that stupid shit. I mean, it's just simple standards is how you train. And if you get married, now you got the law in and now you're all fucked and there's a cost and consequence with holding women to standards. But if you don't get married and you have a nice long courtship and you hold these standards, real quality women will get through that and prove themselves to be the high quality girls that are rare and the diamonds in the rough and the unicorns. All right, but you've been dating this girl for 2 months. You don't know jack fuck all shit about this girl. You don't even know if she's got what does Pop call it? Herpes-gonosyphalates. You don't know if she's got that or the what's it called? The drug resistant type. What is it? Penicillin resistant type. So that's it. You're not getting married. You're not. You showed me the pictures. She's not a little overweight. She's fat. Okay? Got a cute face. Real cute face. It's definitely one of those girls where it's like there's a hot chick underneath there. Look at you. You're an okay looking dude. Look at this. Look at you. Man, you're okay. You got some good raw material here. And then you go hit the military. You come out of basic. You're going to look good, man. No homo. But yeah, you slow down. You hit the brakes on this one, kid. All right? You got bigger things to worry about. And, and she got a long ways to go. Long ways to go. Don't you pity marry this girl. All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.